Pain is temporary, pride is forever. There was a cold morning in November when Jake, a young college runner, laced up his worn-out sneakers for what might be his last race. The wind bit against his face, his breath forming little clouds in the air. His legs ached from weeks of brutal training, his ankles still sore from a sprain he had ignored. Deep down, he wondered if it was worth it. All the pain, all the sacrifices, the early mornings and lonely runs. But then he remembered the words his late father used to tell him. Pain is temporary, son. Pride is forever. Those words had guided Jake through every struggle in his life. His father had been a construction worker, a man who came home each night with calloused hands and tired eyes but never complained. If it doesn't hurt, his dad used to say, you're not pushing hard enough to grow. Now, standing on the starting line, Jake could almost hear his father's voice again. When the gun fired, Jake burst forward with the pack. The first mile felt easy. The adrenaline drowned out the pain. But by the second mile, his lungs burned, and the sharp ache in his ankle began to scream louder than his heartbeat. One by one, the other runners passed him. His mind started whispering the same poisonous thoughts that visit everyone who's ever chased a dream. You can do it. You're not strong enough. Just quit. But Jake didn't slow down. He gritted his teeth and pushed harder, because he knew quitting would hurt longer than any injury ever could. As he ran, flashes of his journey came flooding back. The nights he studied while everyone else was asleep, the times he failed and got back up, the people who doubted him, and the quiet moments when he doubted himself even more. Every setback had left scars, but those scars had shaped him into who he was. By the final stretch, his legs felt like fire. His vision blurred, his breath came out ragged, and he could barely feel the ground beneath his feet. But then he saw the finish line, just a few more steps. He remembered his dad's smile, that quiet pride in his eyes whenever Jake refused to give up. Tears mixed with sweat as Jake crossed the line, collapsing into the dirt. He didn't win first place. In fact, he barely made the top 10. But as he lay there, staring at the sky, a sense of peace washed over him. The pain in his body was unbearable, but it was fading. What stayed was something deeper, something powerful. Pride. Pride that he had finished. Pride that he hadn't given up when it would have been easier to walk away. Pride that he had honored his father's memory not with words, but with action. Pain fades, wounds heal. But pride, the kind that comes from knowing you gave your all, that stays forever. It becomes part of who you are. In life, everyone faces moments like Jake's race, when you're tired, hurting, and everything inside you screams to stop. It could be chasing a dream, fighting through loss, working to build a better life, or simply waking up after failure and choosing to try again. That's when this truth matters most. Pain is temporary. Pride is forever. When you choose to keep going through the pain, you grow stronger. You teach your heart that it can survive storms. You show yourself that your limits are not walls, just tests of your courage. Think of the moments in your life when you almost quit. And imagine if you had. You wouldn't be who you are today. Every hardship you've faced has shaped you, built you, refined you. Pain carves out the space inside you where strength can live. So the next time life gets hard, when your body aches, when your dreams seem out of reach, when the world feels too heavy, remember Jake's race. Remember your own battles. And remember that every second of pain, every tear, every sacrifice, will one day become a story you're proud to tell. Because when the pain is gone, the pride remains. It stays in your heart when you look back and realize you didn't quit. You overcame. That's the real victory, not trophies, not applause, not recognition, but the quiet pride of knowing that you pushed through the hardest parts and kept moving forward. Pain is temporary. Pride is forever. Those aren't just words. They're a promise to yourself, a reminder that no matter how hard it gets, you're stronger than the pain. And one day when you look back, you'll smile. Not because it was easy, but because you made it through. And that, more than anything, is something to be proud of.